Three close friends, Emma, Chris, and Mia, plan a weekend getaway to a remote forest. Emma suggests the trip after finding an online post about a mysterious, forgotten part of the woods said to be cursed. She wants to debunk the legend. The friends set up camp near a clearing. As night falls, they hear strange noises, branches snapping, faint whispers, and an odd metallic clinking. Emma dismisses it as animals, but Mia sips away. The next morning, while exploring, they find a shattered hand mirror hanging from a tree. The glass is broken, but reflects their surroundings perfectly. Mia, feeling a chill, suggests leaving it alone, but Emma takes it back to camp out of curiosity. That evening, Emma cleans the mirror and notices that the reflection is slightly off. The trees in the glass sway as if caught in a breeze, though the forest around them is still. Chris jokes about the mirror being haunted, but when he looks into it, he swears he sees something move behind him. Turning around, there's nothing there. That night, as they sleep, the mirror reflects a pale face with hollow eyes. The face whispers, "Find me." Emma wakes up gasping, but dismisses I. "What?" she calls out. The woman appears in front of her, a tentative face, pointing a blazing finger at her. "You always say, querulous." Emma becomes obsessed with the mirror. She spends hours staring into it, claiming she sees things moving in the reflection that aren't in the real world. Chris and Mia explore the forest to give Emma space. They stumble upon an old abandoned cabin. Inside, they find fragments of mirrors scattered everywhere. On the wall, scrawled in what looks like charcoal, are the words, "Don't look too long." When they return to camp, Chris and Mia search the area, calling for Emma, but only hear faint whispers. The whispers grow louder when they hold the mirror. Guiding as night falls, they use the mirror to navigate. The reflection shows a faint glow in the distance, a light that isn't visible in the real forest. Following it, they reach a small pond. In the water, they see Emma's reflection, though she is nowhere to be found. Returning to the abandoned cabin, Chris and Mia search for clues. They find an old journal belonging to someone named Eleanor, who lived there decades ago. The journal describes how Eleanor found a cursed mirror in the forest and became trapped within it after staring too long. The final entry reads, "The mirror is a door, but it only opens for those who see themselves." Chris theorizes that Emma may have been pulled into the mirror's world. Mia begins to see strange things in the mirror's reflection. Trees moving, shadows growing, and Emma's figure walking deeper into the forest. She insists they follow what the mirror shows, but Chris is skeptical. That night, Mia hears Emma's voice calling her name. When she looks into the mirror, Emma's face appears, begging for help. Mia tries to reach out, but Chris pulls her back, warning her not to trust it. The reflection distorts, and for a moment, Mia sees the pale, hollow-eyed face again. Desperate to save Emma, Mia convinces Chris to use the mirror as a guide. The mirror leads them to a grove of dead trees, where they find another, larger mirror embedded in the ground. When they peer into it, they see Emma standing in a shadowy version of the forest looking terrified. The pale figure lurks behind her, its bony hand resting on her shoulder. The voice whispers again, "Find me, and you will find." Chris and Mia discover a way to enter the larger mirror by touching its surface during moonlight. They find themselves in a twisted version of the forest where shadows stretch unnaturally and the air feels heavy. The pale figure watches them from the edges of their vision, always disappearing when they turn to look. They eventually find Emma, but she seems changed. Her movements are sluggish and her voice is distant. She warns them it's not safe here. The mirror doesn't let anyone leave. Emma reveals what happened after she stared into the mirror for too long. She was pulled into this shadowy world, which is controlled by the spirit of Eleanor. Eleanor was cursed to guard the mirrors after her obsession with using them to see beyond reality. Eleanor's ghost appears, explaining that the only way to break the curse is to destroy all the mirrors, but doing so will trap anyone still inside forever. Chris and Mia hatch a plan to destroy the mirrors and free Emma. Using the diary, they learn that Eleanor's spirit is bound to the largest mirror. If they shatter it, her power will fade. As they prepare, Eleanor's ghost begins to manipulate the mirror world, creating illusions of their worst fears. Chris almost succumbs to the vision of his dead brother, but Mia pulls him back. Reaching the largest mirror, the trio confronts Eleanor. She pleads with them not to destroy it, claiming they'll doom everyone still trapped in her world. Emma takes the lead, smashing the mirror with a rock. The mirror world begins to collapse, and Eleanor screams in rage, vanishing into shards of glass. Chris and Mia awaken back in the real forest, but Emma is gone. The broken mirror lies shattered at their feet. They realize that Emma sacrificed herself to ensure they could escape. In the final scene, Chris and Mia leave the forest, but as they glance back, they see Emma's face briefly appear in the shards of the broken mirror, watching them go.